What is up, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Booth. I'm your host, Dan Arena, and tonight we have...
Dreaming Tabitha, of course.
Of course.
What's up, Dan? How are you doing today?
Doing wonderful. How are you doing tonight there,
Exhausted,
Tabitha?
but I'm here.
Sweet. Well, as long as you're here and we're ready to rear it up or whatever you
All right, we're not ready to rumble because we just did that.
No, we did a rumble last week. That's right.
We did.
Sunday. That's the last week.
I know it does feel like last week, but
right.
It's not.
No, it's really not. Now, if we did it on a Saturday, we could call it last week.
This is
Saturday's the last day of the week.
True.
So, anyways,
the more you know.
The more you know. Hello. Thank you for coming, everybody. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, vanquish the like button, and ding the bell for more notifications. And of course, if you like what you see here, don't forget to I already said subscribe. Don't forget to help support us by becoming a member to our Patreon page, or you can buy some merchandise.
Oh, yes. At InsideTheBoothTV.com, where you can find everything about us.
That's it. Which I am fixing and making better. So
onwards and upwards.
That's it. Trying to, anyways. We'll see how it works out. So tonight we're talking about some cool stuff. Hey, the Joker voice. What's up?
Hey, Joker voice. Hi, first time joining. Yeah, excellent. I've chatted with him before.
Have you? Does he really do like a Joker voice?
Yes, he does. It's amazing.
Oh man. I want to do my Joker voice, but it's not that great. So
go ahead. Why don't you do it and let Joker's voice judge you there, Dan? All right, everybody, listen up. Wait. Gather round, children. Here it comes.
Hold on. I gotta think of it first. Hang on. Don't do that yet. Wait till I think of it.
Well, everybody, while Dan is collecting his thoughts, his warming up the vocal cords and everything like that. Again, thank you for joining us. Exactly. We don't want to disturb the master over here. He's about to give us a little snippet of his talents. You may have seen him be Joker a couple of months ago, and he's about to impress us. We'll let Joker voice, rate Dan's impression here, but just
impression, yeah.
Yeah. Doing okay over there? Do you need some more time?
Okay, I think I got it.
He's got it. All right, ready?
Okay, I got it. Yep. Hello, Joker. Do you want to know how I got these scars? Well, let me tell you. I want to say hail to the Joker voice because this is my Joker voice. You know what I'm saying? All right.
I think the makeup helps though. Like it helps you get into character, right?
Yeah. Because I'm not feeling it for some reason because like I'm not into character. But that's good enough.
What do you think, Joker's voice? What do you think, chat? I see Benjamin, Mom Arena, Salty Nerd Highlights, and Mrs. R2. What do you guys think? What would you rate Dan's impression over here? Let us know because gotta find out.
I think if I, he says, it's Salty Nerd.
I think he's talking to Joker's
Salty Nerd Highlights. I wonder, is that R2?
Is that R2 the icky? Oh, we can't. He's under a pseudonym over there. So.
He is, isn't he? We know nothing.
You know nothing. He says, mixing Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill. A for effort, C+ for execution. Hey, he gave it a try. I don't know that if I was put on the spot, I could do a good enough job. But yeah, like I've heard Dan does a pretty good job. You'll have to check out. I can't remember which video it was, Dan, where you were dressed up as Joker. And
yeah, it was our Batman Rumble. Or was it a Rumble? I don't remember. But it was a Batman thing that we did. And so I dressed up as Joker.
Green hair.
Yeah, and then I did like a reel or whatever, a short thing. I should post it on YouTube because
you should make it a short.
Yeah, and I did. You're right. I think it was kind of a mix of Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill a little bit, but
But that's an older episode. Tonight we're talking about well, an old movie. I was going to be like something new, but it's not. It's
Yeah,
46
it's not
years
new.
old, this movie,
It's a good movie.
American Tale. I don't know if anybody's
That's
ever heard
correct.
of this film before, but I think it's kind of underappreciated. It's kind of like forgotten
Now,
in
see,
space.
what's interesting is that I remember, Fievel Goes West
West.
and stuff like that, but I didn't realize the first one was just called The American
American
Tale.
Tale.
I thought it
Yeah.
had something to do with Fievel in it.
I watched
Um,
this film when I was little, but
yeah,
I
me too.
mainly remember Fievel Goes West, like its
Yeah,
own. I
like
didn't know
or
until
the
I was
name of it or something only.
I
It's
I didn't know until I was a little bit older that Fievel Goes West was not the first or the only one,
right,
because we
exactly,
always watched Fievel Goes West. So
right.
this will be the first we film. I guess you
Yeah,
could
so
say.
this is like the first time I've watched this movie as an adult, I think. Um, as a kid, I think I've seen it a few times because I do remember when I watched it again, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember this. I remember that part. I remember this part.
I watched it. I watched it again today just to refresh, but
Hmm.
R2 says I haven't seen this movie since I was 4. Yes, I was very little when I first saw some of
Hmm.
these films, but I actually watched it last year around Christmas time, and I was with my dad. My dad enjoys these kinds of movies, these old movies, and so we watched it together. It was kind of fun because he said, spoilers, there are no cats in America. He was talking about something and he mentioned that. I'm like, why does that sound familiar? And he was like,
Right,
remember the movie? And I did. All I remember is Fievel Goes West. And so we watched
right.
it. We sat down and watched this movie. So I'm glad that we did.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah, it was an interesting movie. I definitely liked it.
Calm down, Dan. Don't have to destroy the place.
I don't know. I think somebody upstairs is destroying the place. So, I
Yes.
did like it. What was interesting, I had to look it up. So it takes place in 1885, right, in
Mm-hmm.
Russia. And in Russia at that time, uh, so I guess between 1855 to 1892, there was Alexander II began his reign as Tsar of Russia,
Bizarre.
and
Yeah.
yeah, presided over a period of political and social reform, which was I'm guessing was more like socialism, you know,
Mm.
uh, style thing. So yeah, so that was interesting to read about, and I was like, that's interesting, because we're kind of almost in a social reform right now with this whole Democrat versus Republican thing going
Well,
on.
as was it Ronald Reagan that said you're never more than one generation from losing your freedom. So this film was really cool because, like you said, it takes place in Russia, but there are so many nationalities present in
Well, it
this
doesn't take
film.
place. Just the beginning takes
Well, the
place in
beginning
Russia.
it takes place in Russia, and then they move on, of course, into
Yeah,
America. But it does,
they moved to America.
and
Yes.
I just thought that that was so fun. And in the first openings, well, not the opening scene, but when they go on the boat and they're all of a sudden finding themselves with all kinds of, yeah, Anastasia, all kinds of other mice that are fleeing to America, and they depicted
Right.
them so well. I mean, you could say it's a stereotype, but come on, guys, every stereotype has a grain of truth to it. And so you got the little Irish, like the music transition
Right.
was hilarious. Like I was
Yeah.
laughing because first they start off with like this kind of Russian whatever stuff, and then it goes into Italian, and then when the little Irish mouse came out and the music drastically changes into like this poetical, sad sonnet kind of thing. It's just so funny. I loved it.
It
Hey, Kaylee.
was.
I mean that's that. I'll talk about that later when we go through the different categories. But I just thought it was so cool. I totally forgot how many, like how they represented all the different nationalities. Dan is drinking a candle again. I saw that on Twitter today, and that was hilarious because I was like, "What is R2 talking about?" If you guys don't follow us on Twitter, you should. It's inside the booth, and
That's
we get
it.
tagged in some pretty funny stuff. R2 is known as Clips because he will snag some really funny clips.
He will. He
That's
will.
what we
Which
do.
is good. It's fun. Um, so yeah. So the plot. I do enjoy the plot. It's like you said, um, Russia going over, get trying to get their freedom,
Mm-hmm.
because these cats destroyed their homes. Basically, I mean, obviously, cats, humans, whatever. Um, so they're going to America to their freedom in 1885, and the kid gets lost from his family, and then he's on a journey to find hope and his family again. And it was very touching, very nice. I enjoyed it very much. So I'll give the plot a point.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. We didn't mention that in the beginning because we I've got my lights changed this year today, so it kind of threw me off. But like we're celebrating patriotism, so we've got a reoccurring theme, guys, in all the movies that we've been reviewing this month, and it's never wrong to celebrate patriotism. Never wrong.
No,
But
it's
because we celebrated 4th of July, we just kind of centered our month around that idea of like freedom. And so, yeah, this movie, even in a kid's cartoon form, and my mind, Dan, isn't it amazing how much changes in 36 years? I mean, this movie was talking about how great America is and the
mhm.
wonders that America has to offer, at least
Yeah,
what
freedom of
people,
speech,
what
freedom of,
they,
yeah,
yeah,
everything
just
else.
a
Yeah,
glorious life. And of course, here in America, we understand that the streets, unlike some people believe, our streets are not paved with gold. We're not handing out gold bricks to people for living here and things like that. But it was just kind of refreshing to watch a children's movie that actually is promoting our country.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so, yeah, the plot is really fun. It is. It's kind of like a big theme, really, if you think about it, in a children's movie about coming to America and how awesome America is. And even though in the movie it does also talk about the hardships of America. I mean, Fievel gets lost and he's nervous and he can't find his family. And there's the rats. And then of course there's the cats, even though they believe that no cats were in America.
Right.
There's danger.
Yeah, that's so
And they're with
weird. No
orphanage.
cats in America. What are you talking
I
about?
know, right? And they're um
And they
so
try to
it's
kick the
not like
cats
it's
out of
painted this
America.
picture that America's perfect, but to the
Yeah,
outside world, a lot of times they look at us and think this that. So I give the plot a point because I think, especially nowadays, I'm like, more of this, please.
yeah, exactly. So David Thomas says that he knew the director for the third and fourth one.
There's a
That's
third
cool.
and fourth.
That's cool. Uh, if the director's still alive, you should hook us up. We want to interview him.
And then
That'd be
apologize
fun.
that I didn't know that there was a third and fourth movie. What are they called, David Thomas? I don't know
Yeah.
what to call you, David Gravy D Thomas, David Thomas Gravy D. Let me know, but
Remember, he
right,
was
or
Doug something in the beginning, and we called him Donald Duck. No, not Donald Duck. What did we call him? I
Mighty
forgot.
Duck.
Mighty Duck. That's right, because he was Mighty Doug Thomas, so I called him Mighty Duck. Yeah. I don't know why you changed your name. It's confusing me now. Maybe he doesn't want to be called Mighty Duck anymore.
R2
Sorry.
says we're handing out free phones and bus tickets. Yeah, we do hand out stuff here in the country. So we
It's
are still pretty generous and pretty great.
we
Although
do.
sometimes our generosity hurts us, but there's that. But yeah, I give the plot a point. I thought this was a fun film, and
Joker Boy says his boss pays him in gold bars. That's cool. I would like
oh,
some gold
who do
bars.
you work for? Can we work remotely? Can they?
Yeah, and send a little our way.
That's right. Uh, yeah.
Speaking of gold bars, I know this is way off topic, but
Uh
for
oh.
some weird reason, YouTube told me I needed to watch something, and it was this prospector guy where he searches for gold, right?
Wait,
And then there
YouTube
was another
told
one.
you needed to
Well,
watch
they didn't.
something?
Yeah, YouTube didn't tell me. It was just up in the search bar.
Oh,
It's like,
it
you know,
recommended it to you?
yeah, it
Oh, okay.
recommended
I
it, and
thought maybe you
I've
got an
never looked at this
email or
before.
something.
No, no, no. Uh, so I've never looked at this before, but for some weird reason, it was in the recommendations on the top part, right? And I'll go, oh, that looks interesting. And it was this. Well, the first one was a guy taking all these little tiny pieces of necklace clips, melting it down, and making a small little gold bar. And it was weird and it was kind of cool. And I was like, "Ooh, that's cool. I wish I was smart like this guy," because he not only did he melt it down, he obviously turned it into like some powder with chemical stuff, and then he melted it again. It was cool. And then YouTube recommended this other guy, Prospector
Well,
guy.
yes,
He
you've gone
goes,
down the rabbit hole now once you
yeah,
click on
now
that
exactly.
video.
Once I click on a gold video, then now this prospector guy is on there going, "Oh, we're searching for gold," and he's got his pan and he's like sifting the stuff out like they did back in the old days.
This would be
And
so topic if we were watching Fievel Goes West. How perfect!
I know, right? It would be. It would be. You're absolutely right. So I just thought that was cool. And then he said gold bars, so my brain just went there. So sorry about that. I know it's way off topic, but I thought it was cool.
Well,
And the guy really
we'll
did find
back.
some gold, so so that's cool.
Dan, the recommend man, is what Soul Assassin said. Gravy D says, sadly, he passed away. His name was Larry Latham. Well, it's too bad.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe David can contact him in the afterlife.
Yeah.
One ghost.
Because he's the ghost.
Dan, how could you forget?
I don't know.
What is our?
Well, thank you, Joker voice. Thank you, very much appreciated. Definitely. So we got some good news at the end of this show. When you guys, so stay tuned to the end.
Got something special to announce, people. So stick around. Stick around. We'll make it worth your while.
We will. All right. So then what's next? Acting. Right? Voice acting. More like voice acting because it's a cartoon.
Yeah. But I mean that's difficult.
It is. It can be.
It can be. As our friend Angela Clark would tell us, it's not exactly. It's not the easiest job in the world.
And she's cool. Go check her out.
She is super
Angela
cool.
Clark.
You guys can check her out on Girls' Night. She's a professional voice actress.
Exactly.
Extraordinaire, as I like to call her.
That's right. So then, I like the acting, the voice acting. Now, some of it I think could have been a little bit better since they were supposed to be from Russia. There could have been a thicker Russian accent.
Well, but you have to remember, if it's too thick, then we Americans can't understand.
Especially when we're kids.
I think the worst part, I know what you're onto, Dan. I think the mom and dad were great, but why is it that the children didn't have?
Well, the dad wasn't that good, though. The mom, I think, we had a better accent, Russian accent, than the dad. The dad he was okay. It wasn't the best, but it was okay. But of course, then I had to get myself into. Well, you remember it was made in America, made for Americans to listen to.
Exactly.
So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll give it that. So. But what's it? Fievel's friend there, I forget his name. That
Tony.
Like that. I don't know, weird kid. Anyways, the weird rat mouse kid. Who was he
wasn't
older.
A mixed breed. They didn't do that back then. He was.
He was a little older, and yeah. I think he did a good job. I liked his accent. It was more of a New Yorker, Italian New Yorker.
See, you just biased because you're Italian heritage there.
I am a mix, so like I do like a lot more than just Italian stuff. So. But you're right, I do lean toward the Italian.
You do.
Side. So yeah. So, but I think they did a good job. I'll give it a A+. I'll give it a point.
Yeah, it's interesting, with children and acting and voice acting and things like that, not being an easy job. I don't know. It just seems to me like kids back then, at least for voice acting, I think did a better job, in my opinion. I don't know. Maybe it's just because stuff today is kind of annoying, but of course I am older now. But I have to say, I would also give this a point strictly because now Fievel is adorable. The kid who did Fievel, Phillip Glasser, amazing job. Same with his sister and everything. I like the dad. I like the mom. I think they did a great job. I thought the mom was spot on. just spot on with her personality.
I also like the cat that
all right
dresses like a rat. Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. My favorite though has got to be Tiger, who was Dom
DeLuise. Yeah, I love Dom DeLuise. Now, I'll be honest with you. When I was younger, when I was a kid watching this, I actually thought his voice sounded more like John Candy's. So I grew up thinking it was John Candy's voice. I don't know why, but after I saw this Dom DeLuise, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes more sense.
I had no idea. I just know that I've always had a soft spot for Tiger, even though I don't like cats personally. I'm not a big fan, but something about Tiger reminds me of a family friend that we have, and he's like this big, fluffy guy. We'll just put it that way. That just got the same kind of personality, kind of quirkiness about him. I know what we're talking about, an American Tale, but one of my favorite lines from Fievel Goes West, because the same, is when he sees the spider and he's like, a spee, a spa, an arachnid. I say that. I do. I say that all the time. When I happen to see spiders coming in the house from after the rain. So anyway, I would definitely give this movie point just for Tiger, but Fievel and his parents, I thought they did a great job. Everybody else was good, but they're side characters anyway, so whatever. The main people, I dig it.
That's it. So next, which is very interesting, will be cinematography. But before we get into that, should we do a small commercial break?
I think we should. The people want to know what we do here, Dan.
Well,
what is this place? What is it that you do here? Merchandising. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. Oh, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yes, it is beautiful.
Yes, I just recently, was a little bit ago, ordered my Manflix shirt, which everybody else is more than welcome to get one, because it's not a real man's movie unless it has a campfire in it. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a boother and you've been around for a little while, you know what we're talking about.
That's it. And if you don't, you're just going to have to keep watching older videos.
Or go back a year in the month of July and you'll understand what we're talking about.
This is true. Or the month of June, you mean? Yeah.
Well, either one.
Yeah. Either way. Yes. So, yeah. And also, don't forget to vanquish the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this, ding the bell for more notification. Is that what you said? Why do I always mix that up?
We do movie reviews. We got stuff in our background. I don't know that we could get more nerdy.
More notification.
But I mean, maybe everybody else needs to get more nerdy. So hit the notification button.
Yes. And then, if you like what we do here, help support the channel by becoming a Patreon member, donating to the PayPal.
You can hit us up on PayPal down below. Yeah, there we go.
And then buying some merchandise obviously always helps. And plus, you get something. So when you give something, you get something. So there you go. So thanks. Yeah. And thanks for everybody who's watching us right now. We got Anonymous. We got the GilkMan just showed up. What's up, GilkMan? Obviously, Joker voice. He said he'll be right back. Hopefully, he's back yet. If not, we'll see him later. R2 the Icky. Soul Assassin. Kaylee D. Mrs. R2 the Icky. And who else did we have? Benjamin Joyner up top. And my mom is maybe watching, not sure. Salty Nerd Highlights, which we might know who that is, but we won't say nothing. Thanks for joining. John Bug Films. Disney sucks now. Let's bring the Bluth. What did he say?
Disney sucks now. Let's bring on the Bluth Renaissance.
Oh, Renaissance. Okay.
You're Italian. You should know what that means.
Yeah, I know what a Renaissance is. Yeah.
You should be able to read
For some
that
reason,
word.
why didn't I know how to read that? I
I'm
don't
just
know why I
kidding.
didn't know how to read that. But was this movie made by Disney? Didn't
It
say.
was. Let's see. It says distribute. Well, it says it's distributed by Universal and Walt Disney Pictures. I think it's a
Oh,
Universal
okay,
film.
so it's both. That must be. But yeah, it was Universal with the big thing that
The glue.
in the beginning of the movie. So I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
DIY Gene is watching too. Hi, DIY Gene. What's up, Gene? He's a cool guy. Go check out his channel. He builds and makes stuff. Not only Star Wars stuff, but other cool stuff. He's got like he does some what are those things called? Those vintage antique like things. Yeah. Anyways, it's cool. Like those, like a vintage phone thing and a vintage, like those old fashioned phones. Not like like the one that I have, but
A
it's like,
rotary phone.
right, but it's like a wooden one, but he made it into a phone charger for his cell phone.
Oh,
And
cool.
it's really cool. And he also made like this, I want to say it's a cooler. It was like a Coke cooler or something. No, maybe it was the gas station looking thing. I don't remember.
Gas
Oh,
station.
yes. Steampunk. He does steampunk stuff too. And the steampunk stuff is fun. So everybody go check him out at the end of this show.
Absolutely.
Cool guy. If I should put his link in the stream, but I don't know how to do that because I don't have it with me.
Dan, you're a failure on so many levels. I'm just kidding.
Oh, man.
We're professionals, people. We're professional YouTubers here doing movie reviews.
That's right. So all you got to do is type it in the search engine, DIY Gene, and it should pop right up. You'll see that little green logo, and there you go. It's just as easy as that. And I know
easy as 1, 2, 3.
Like to throw up the links in the chat there, but
right.
Whatever. Sorry. Anyways, what else? On cinematography.
Cinematography. All right.
Cinematography.
A mighty tasty category.
Yes, love the taste of cinnamon. Cinnamon sticks are yummy.
Stay on target, Dan.
Cinematography. I enjoyed the way he did this cartoon. The aesthetic or the way he did it. I don't know. How do I explain it?
The art
Some
style?
of the shots, the art style. Some of the shots were like a painting, zoomed in onto a painting and just kind of moving around, and then they put the cartoon on top of it, and so it wasn't like, it didn't really look like it fit, but at the same time it was, I don't know, it was pretty, it was beautiful, the art style he did this in. So I enjoyed it, and I liked the way it looked, so I will give it a point. I don't know how to really explain the art style of this, to be honest. Everybody.
We might need to invent a new category for when we do cartoons.
Cartoony things.
Yeah. We'll think about it.
Well, it's still cinematography. It's still on the cinema big screen. It's still on the picture,
It's not what cinematography means, though.
Well, whatever. Who cares? I mean, if you really think about it, computer graphics, CGI is not really cinematography either, but it is. So, so I just throw it all together. It's okay. Cheers.
Are you done with your speech? No, just kidding.
Yes, the high contrast scenes. There you go.
Nobody cares.
They were high contrast scenes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is
yeah, and like nice saturated colors. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I love this art style. I miss this art style. A lot of cartoons back in the day. I have not done the research to find out if they're all done the same. I think they are, but this, like for example,
you all are gonna kill me. But I like this art style way better than I like anime.
Oh, yeah, I'm not a huge. I mean, I've watched.
Everybody's
It
gonna hate
depends
me.
on what it
You don't
is.
like anime? Rah! And then like they shoot the big ball of fire.
I
at
haven't
you.
really given anime a big chance, a big opportunity, like to watch
I
it.
guess I
So
haven't either because it never really caught my eye. I
we're
was
gonna
always
have to do it,
oh, it's so
Dan. We're gonna
weird.
have to sit down and watch something that's
Watch something that's
absolutely
anime,
the bee's knees in the
like
community, like what everybody's
Pokemon
watching.
or what is that other one that everybody
Sailor
loves?
Moon.
Sailor, no, maybe not Sailor Moon. That other one that's more action packed. The guy with the blonde spiky hair. I forget
Dragon
what
Ball Z.
there you go.
I
That one.
would love to watch Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
I
I
would love
wouldn't.
it. I've
I
only
would
ever
hate
seen
it.
it in German, and I loved it. So I can't imagine what it's like in English. But back to cinematography for this movie. I love this art style. I grew up with this, and
Yeah,
it
I like.
reminds me it's done the same way in like Thumbelina, which was one of my favorite movies growing up as a child. And I just love it. Like I love the color choices. I love the motion. Um Everything's just done so well, and I really miss the hand-drawn cartoons.
Yeah,
Back in the day, there's just
yeah,
something about it. Maybe it's just because it's nostalgic. I don't know, but there's just something for me missing in today's cartoons, and maybe it's because I'm an adult. I know adults still watch cartoons today, but as far as that's concerned, I just not really
you're
into the
right.
newer stuff anyway. So I'm gonna give it a point.
Yeah. Um, DIY Gene has a point. Most of the stuff is done on a software.
Hmm.
So they're done on softwares, and one of them he mentioned was Toon Boom. That's you know never played with that, but you know you're absolutely right. Everything is done on softwares these days, and anybody can do it. It's not like an artist or how you see the behind the scenes of how they do like some of the Disney stuff where they're flipping the page and they're drawing and flip it down, flip it up, flip it down, flip it.
Hmm.
That's always cool to see too. So it's something that is definitely has been lost, which I think they should start it up again because there is a art to it that might be to me, it's more pleasing to the eye. Maybe some people it's not, but you know, just more fun to watch. I
I
think.
I think there's different, of course we know there's different styles. I think a lot of it too we do see, and I can't say necessarily for the this is just going to be speculation. I don't have any facts behind it, but we do live in a very fast-paced
That
era,
is true.
and so
Drawing like that is a little bit slower.
it's going to take a little bit more time, and it is easier. I have an iPad with the Apple Pen and all this kind of stuff, and
Right. And
there's
it is
just
that
it's great, but I mean, I prefer myself to do, tangible mixed pencils and things like that. And it
hmm
does, it takes longer and everything. So I just kind of wonder if that's part of the reason why we
could
don't do that anymore. So it's more smooth and we can just like generate it much faster.
be.
But I mean, they still look good, but it's just different. And again, maybe it's just a
Yeah, it's
nostalgic thing
just
because
different.
we grew up with the old fashioned, hand drawn stuff. So we're more inclined to it anyway.
This is true. So yes. All right, so we gave that a point. Okay. Next is
Music,
music. Yes, yes. You go first. I've
music,
been going first the whole time. I don't know why. I should have had you go
because
first.
you're the law. Um, I'm a little bit on the fence about this. Like the music was good, man, but I can't say there's a couple of ditties that are memorable, but it's definitely not on necessarily a Disney scale. It's not the songs
Right.
that
It's not.
everybody's been humming and singing for the last 30 or 40 whatever years.
Well, who cares about Disney? I say let's hum and sing other cartoons.
But when I
Forget about
talk
this
about that,
Disney.
I'm not talking about new Disney. I'm talking about Walt's Disney. Okay,
Right, right. I know.
like
Even back
Clint
then.
classic, pure Disney magic that we all wish and want. And
Well, even
ugh.
back then they had some issues.
So
I won't go there.
no. But still, it still had that Disney magic even 20 years ago. Like we're still humming and everything like that, the same tunes and all that good
Not
stuff.
me.
But
I did like the Fox and the Hound though. That was a good movie.
man, that I can't. It crushes my soul every time. I haven't seen that in years, and there's a reason
Me
for it.
either.
But anyway, the
I
music for
used
this,
to
like,
watch it all the time.
I like,
Why?
I like that there are no cats in America. Like the song was really cute and everything like that and bouncy, but
Mhm.
it's not, it's good. And then I did like the Never Say Never song. It was really cute and fun. And, we've got some stuff strewn throughout, and even the music in the background when intense things are happening was really good. But it's well made, but I'm honestly just going to give the music a half point just because this is the era this is the era when they are competing with Disney,
Mhm.
and you're gonna have to step it up and it just if
Yeah.
I'm comparing kind of like the similar films, this one
Mhm.
kind of falls short. So I'm gonna give this one a half a point.
The infamous half point.
Half point.
Um, let's see here. I don't know. Maybe you got a point there. I did like it. I especially love listening to the violin. Um, but you're right. There wasn't really much of that. The only time they did like the instrumental violin stuff was when like the dad was playing, or the cats were playing something, and Fievel's like, "Ooh, that could be what my dad is," and he just travels anywhere where there's an instrument playing and calling for his dad.
Papa, Papa.
Papa, are you over there? No, I just
Poor
got caught
kid.
by cats. And then he's like, Papa, are you over there? No, okay. So, um, I did like the music though. My favorite was probably oh gosh, the one, the Moon song. Um, gosh, where they're singing about love, and then the moon, and they're sitting there. I forgot the name of the song.
Yeah.
So memorable. I
So
guess I didn't like
memorable,
it that
yeah.
much, but I thought I liked it when I was listening to it.
You thought you liked it. Now
But
you're
I
not.
can't remember
Now that
the
we're on
name of the
live, you're
song.
not so sure.
I think it's just because I can't remember the name of the song now.
Right.
Um, but I did. I'm pretty sure I liked it.
Don't second guessing.
I better listen to it again.
We're gonna do a follow-up review tomorrow. I'm just kidding.
Somewhere out there.
Oh,
Oh
I was
yeah,
gonna say
yeah,
that.
right,
Yeah,
yes,
somewhere
yes,
out there beneath
somewhere.
the light. Yeah, they get really high
Yeah,
and shrill.
yeah, they go really high. But what at the end credits when like the normal adults sing it,
Hmm.
it's a really nice
It is
song.
a beautiful song. It is.
Um, so yeah. So I guess I'll just give it a half a point too, because you're right. There are like some of the songs do fall short. You know, when it's like upbeat or something, and then like I don't know, it was weird. Some of the songs were weird. Um, so yeah, half point's good.
It's good enough. Good
Good
enough.
enough. Good enough. Guten Tagen. I don't even know. I don't know what that means.
Not a word.
Oh.
Guten Tag is a word.
Oh, I don't know why.
Unless it's another word that I've never heard before. Guten
Tagen?
Tag.
Guten Tag.
It sounds like a type of beer, but okay.
Yeah, it could be. Maybe it's going to be inside the Booth's new line of beer. And we're going to do that so we can make money. We won't drink it.
We don't drink, but we will provide you.
Yeah, we'll provide it, but we won't drink.
Wow, if that's not a scam, that's brilliant.
Uh,
Huh.
it's funny. My grandfather used to make dandelion wine.
I've heard of that.
I never knew you could eat dandelions.
Yeah, they did that
make
during the Great Depression.
Yeah.
Salad and soups they made out of the leaves.
Yeah, that's so weird, right?
I think it's
So,
no, not really. I mean,
because when you think of a dandelion, you think of when you blow the seeds off the top of the thing.
or I think of the yellow flower.
Fish. Well, right, the yellow flower, but after the yellow flower, it sprouts the little seeds, and then you blow on it.
Make a wish.
Make a wish.
Archie
Make a
says it
wish.
sounds
and
like we want to take
donation.
advantage of the people. Well, desperate times and all that. Gas is expensive, Archie. You've been outside.
If you guys aren't going to buy merch, you got to buy something.
We need gas money.
We do.
Oh.
So that's that. And then next is allegory. Your turn, Tabitha. Your turn.
R2 says Mrs. R2 has a brother-in-law that makes a lovely toilet wine.
Toilet wine? Now, why would you call it toilet wine? Toilet
Maybe
wine.
it's French. Maybe it's a special kind of French wine. Like when you get perfume and it needs to say perfume. Otherwise, it's the watered down version, which is eau de toilette. And so maybe this is like watered down wine. It's like the knockoff wine.
Could be.
I like with Soul Assassin. He's in the valley right now. Gas or merchandise? Yes, that's all. Honestly, it's what we all have to contemplate when we watch our YouTube friends. At least for me, toilet wine is prison wine. What are we talking about? Okay, speaking of wine, we'll go to the allegory. It's a federal.
Let's talk about Jesus now.
The allegory, what I'm going to draw from is straight up from the beginning of the movie. When I was watching all these characters and they're giving you a really brief summary of their life, the life the mice have, these Jewish Russian mice that they, are dreaming of a better place. And the dad is telling the kids about a place where there are no cats. And that is the big deal, right? Like the cats are terrorizing Russia, but there are no cats in America. And they're painting this picture, albeit silly as it is, of how amazing and wonderful this country is. And it just kind of got me thinking about how we need to be more, those of us who do live in free countries, those of us who live specifically in America, we need to be more grateful for the things that we have, because there are other people that wish they could be here. And even though we will clearly acknowledge that our country is not perfect, that we have problems, but we have a lot of benefits. We have a lot of perks. We are very blessed as a nation with what we have here. And there are other people in the world who literally think that we will give them money just to come here and be here. Like as soon as you get to America, you will have everything. And again, while we know that that's not really true, we do know that here in America, you work hard, you can achieve anything. And it's a land of opportunity, as they say.
Dreams, big dreamers.
With you when you work hard and have some fortitude and everything. And it just kind of reminded me, I need to be grateful for God allowing me to be here. I didn't have to be, I wasn't even born here, but I didn't have to be born into a family that would one day become all American. And, my mom being an immigrant. And so I can relate to this story, at least from that. It's like she came here and she loves this country, and it's very different from where she came from. And every time she goes back home, she wishes she could be here again and just kiss the ground when she gets off of the airplane. And so that's what I got out of this movie. It's almost like what Uncle Ben says in the Spider-Man comics: with great power comes great responsibility. And so even though we've got our problems here, we need to be grateful for what we have, because we have so much more. Even the poorest person in this country still has access and a lot more than what most people do in other countries. So I will give the allegory a point in this.
All right. Beautiful. What I got out of it.
This ought to be good.
Good
you sit back.
America. That's right. What I got out of it, obviously freedom. Searching for freedom. But what I followed from it was, a kid, he's lost. He has no hope in his life because his parents, he got lost on the boat and maybe got washed away. I don't know. And his parents came through and they thought their kid died, so there's a little bit of like death and resurrection in this, because obviously they didn't know their child was still alive. They thought he was dead. So in their mind, it's their child coming back to life. And then you have the kid who has lost all hope. But you had so many people. He had so many people telling him not to lose hope. Like when he got into um, the rat, which was really a cat, and he said, "Well, you work here now." He was like, "Well, I don't want to stay here. I got to find my family." So he
Right.
always had that hope to find his family. Like us Christians, we have hope in Jesus that one day we'll go home. We'll run the good race. And
Right.
this kid wants to go home. He wants to be with his family. He wants to be with the ones that he loves, and so he was tying the bed sheets together. He says, "Well, we can just climb down and just get out of here." And so he found hope in saying that in that situation, to
Right.
where he could get away, he could find his family again. And even though everybody was saying, "No, you can't get away," and the one kid was like, "Yeah, okay, let's go, let's do this thing." Um, uh, so they did. He finally did, and he ran off. And he's like, "Okay, I'm going to look for my family again." And he's always searching for his families. So every time he kept going, even though he would fall or he would go down a hole where it didn't seem like he had hope to find his family again, and toward that little end section, he's like, "You're right. My family's not looking for me. I'm done. It's over. I can't believe it." He's losing hope again where he's falling.
Mhm.
But it's like Jesus keeps picking us up.
Yes.
Every time we lose hope and we fall, we make mistakes, we go down the wrong path. But there's always that little hope that comes back to a thing. It's okay, you can keep going. Picks us up. Jesus picks us back up and tells us
Right.
we can keep going. So
The just man falls 7 times, or however that goes.
yeah, exactly. And then finally he finds his family, in a uh, house that's on fire, but he eventually
But that's
finds.
beside the point. He just found his
That's
family.
besides the point. But they eventually find each other. And then everything is, he's like, "Yeah, I'm home now. I'm finally home."
Mhm.
And that's how we are as Christians. Where we have to, we keep running the race. We keep fighting the good fight of faith, and then in the end, we'll be home. You know, in the end of the race, in the end of everything, we will finally get home.
You mean
So
West
that
Virginia?
yes,
Country road,
West.
take me home.
Um,
Where I belong.
so yeah, uh, and there are no cats in heaven,
That's
only
right.
puppies,
That's
only
right.
dogs.
That's
Dogs
right.
go to heaven. um, no, so I thought that was a great story that they written in there. I mean, there's a lot of little subplots, but all together
Mhm.
it works out well. So it was a great movie, good allegory. I give it a point, obviously,
Okay.
and that's it. And look at that.
Okay. Well,
Just because I'm talking about Jesus doesn't mean you have to leave.
it's true. It's funny because it's true. Well, let me tally up these points, Dan. Would you like to tell our people about the giveaway while I tally up the points?
Yes. So
Cool.
the 31st, this month, the 31st is a Sunday. We are going to do an awesome giveaway, everybody. You got to be there. And if you want to get this giveaway, you got to be there. You got to be subscribed to the channel. You got to like the video. And while we are um, talking or whatever in the chat, you need to tell us which part of Inside the Booth is your favorite of whatever video
What's your
that you've
favorite
seen.
memory of Inside
Yeah,
the Booth?
what's your favorite memory of Inside the Booth? You can go back and watch some stuff. You can do stuff from like whenever you joined us up to now. What is your favorite part? What's your favorite memory?
I have a feeling that a lot of people will mention A Knight's Tale. I mark it down.
That could be
going to happen. Either that or maybe the Book of Boba Fett episode where I could not breathe.
Yes.
Because the Tusken Raiders.
Oh, yes. Yes, that was fun. That
was a good episode.
And maybe I forget which episode it was, but the one where we're laughing when we went live because we already
Little Giants, not too long ago. We went live for 12 minutes, people. Well, we thought
20, I think. I think it was almost 20.
Went live.
That's right.
We did not. And Dan and I could not stop laughing because we knew we were just repeating the same things over and over again. But then we had to remember that you guys didn't know that we were repeating everything over and over again. So that's a good episode. Yes. So all they have to do is like, subscribe, and write down their favorite Inside the Booth moment on that day. Is that correct? The 31st, correct. You said? Cool.
On the 31st. And you will receive some, at least one awesome giveaway. We'll have a couple. One of the giveaways is a panel from Kelly Stern. He gave to us to give away, and he might actually be on the stream with us. He said maybe not. Hopefully he does. Ado, what's up? How are you?
You said a panel. Is that going to be like what's behind you?
Kind of like what's behind me.
Exhibit A.
It won't be this big. It's going to be like just one of these. But it also has sound. I don't know if you can hear it.
There we go.
Can you hear it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
pretty cool.
That one has, this one also has sound, obviously on the bottom.
Anonymous says that apparently his favorite memory, you have to save this for that stream, but apparently his favorite is Dan trying to get my name right. You can absolutely write that down, Anonymous, when we have that stream. So remember, the July 31st, we're having a special show that night where you can enter a chance to win some really cool prizes for part of our giveaway. And so again, all you have to do is like the video, like the episode, be subscribed or already be subscribed, and then leave us a comment of your favorite Inside the Booth moment. Shouldn't be too difficult because we have some pretty good ones. Like, what was it Sunday night, Dan, where you thought somebody in the chat was letting us know that they were pooping? And they were not.
Yes, and they were not. He said popping into,
And Dan was letting us know other information that was not there. So Dan also mentioned something about a dinghy, but we'll just let that one slide. That was pretty funny too. That kind of, it just went places with our special guest JT on. We were just kind of like, Dan, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you talking about? So someone asks if we're going to give away a flamethrower. Well, that beautiful flamethrower right there. You know what? Let me see what I can do. I'm not going to promise that there's going to be a flamethrower, but I'll see what I can do. But I do know we're going to have a panel, and we're going to give away a Man's Month shirt. So
that's right, a special Man's Month flick shirt. It's going to be awesome.
That's right. It's going to have some signatures on it. It might not be organic signatures, but
don't tell him that. You don't tell him all the details. Look, we don't know if it was made in USA. We don't know. Look, it's just you can get a shirt, okay?
Signatures.
So awesome. So hopefully everybody will show up on the 31st. We'll remind you and send out some reminders along the way, of course, and hopefully you'll be excited as we are to get some really cool stuff. And again, one more time, you just have to like this episode when it features, and then subscribe, and then just comment down below your favorite moment. So, Dan, are you ready for the final tally? What do you think it is? Out of 10 possible points, what do you think this is?
Unfortunately, it's going to be a 9, if I remember correctly.
Oh, you think it's a 9? Well, you are right, sir. It is a 9. It is. So we here at Inside the Booth would recommend this movie. It's a pretty, free stuff is always nice. Amen to that. I got myself a free couch today. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Sweet. But yeah, we recommend this movie. Go watch it.
Go watch it.
You can watch it on Amazon. You can rent it on YouTube.
Yep. Or you
Yeah.
can get it other ways.
On
or
DVD if you happen to have it, or VHS if you're still having it too.
That's it.
So yeah, this was a good film. A nice American film, perfect for the month of July with our patriotism.
Right. And your kids will love this movie if you have kids.
Because there are no cats in America.
That's it. Because, kids love cartoons. So go ahead and show them this movie because it's a good one.
A Soul Assassin says, "What stream was giving away free couches?" I wanted. Sorry. If I may have misspoken, we're not giving away free couches. That will be when we hit 2,000 subscribers. So go ahead, tell your friends, and we'll send you a free couch.
That's it. Yeah. And share this, everybody. We want to hit that 1,000 subscriber at the end of the year. We would love to. And if we do, we'll also do a giveaway then as well.
Right, with even cooler stuff. We might give you a couch cushion instead of the whole couch.
There you go. Get it in pieces.
Exactly, get it in pieces. Oh my goodness.
So yeah. Thanks everybody for being here with us tonight. This was beautiful. This was fun. We love you all. Don't forget the 31st of this month, Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You won't want to miss that show. Also, you don't want to miss any show Sundays and Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Every week.
Every week.
And we're having a special guest this Sunday. Is that correct?
That's right.
That's right. So come hang out with us.
Specially specials. That's right. He says he could do with new furniture. Yes, we can all do with new furniture, but not the furniture that pops in once in a while.
Right. Should we tell them, Dan? Should we let them know?
Yes, I think we should.
You gotta tell them Silent Green is people!
For those that didn't know.
Yep, that's right. Don't ever forget that. So yeah, thanks for being here with us. We love you guys. Have a good night. And I can't find the video.
I'll just play one of the other ones. There's good. They're all good.
Yeah, it's just, where'd it go?
I don't know.
I see right there.
Yeah.
I see it now. Okay. You want to push it or you want me to push it?
I can do it. Good night, everybody. Have a great evening.